Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today's going to be part 2 of the baby night project. There we go. And this is going to be a little bit of a unboxing therapy. So I'm gonna bleed the screen out with there we are. So this is going to be the host kit that I'm going to be using for the kind of kit bashing over here, and I'm going to be using some bits from Terrell Model Maker, and I'm going to be doing the Thunderhammer Storm Shield build for my I always butcher the pronunciation of this one name, the Armiger from Forge World, the Moirax. So anyway, this is going to be a look at that kit, and this is going to be my there we go, my fourth one from Forge World, and I have kit bashed another one. There we go. Yeah, let's get the instructions out. So this is a hybrid kit, meaning it's going to come with plastic sprues and parts from the original kit, and then it's going to be supplemented with the actual resin from Forge World. So parts that are going to be left over are going to be like this carapace here, the smokestacks, that section there, the turret guns, the headpiece. Basically, the only things you really need off of this sprue here are these three parts, I should say, because we're actually not even going to be using this one. So these three parts, so all this you get for extra. This is going to be good for kit bashing, so good basing material if you have something that wants to be really epic and standing on top of a broken husk. That's good. And then off of this one, this part's going to be replaced as well. We're not going to be using that, but we're going to be using the bulk and majority of this sprue here. Very few things over there. Well, obviously you get the base, but no one's really excited over that. And then the resin parts. Now, when I'm comparing the third-party resin from like Terrell Model Maker over to the Forge World stuff, the third-party was considerably easier to work with than the Forge World resin. In terms of quality, doing a side-by-side, it's not really fair at the moment, because this, you still see the shine from the mold release. This hasn't been washed yet. This one has, it's kind of duller, so it's not that shiny equals better. It's just one's been cleaned and the other one hasn't. So you gotta go through, and when you get stuff from Forge World, you have to look for big glaring stuff on it. So we're gonna be looking for bubbles, imperfections, mold slipping. You gotta go through these ones. Their quality control. I can understand the memes and jokes on it. I used to think it was just a whole bunch of salty people on the internet making really quick jabs. But after ordering a fair amount of stuff from them, I can understand it now. Now, I haven't messed with the recasters to see if the second part of that meme is true. Generally speaking, I can't tell if this is Forge World or recast, and it's like, what's the quality of it? Well, it looks in really good condition and quality. It's probably recast. So that's kind of the joke going on. But these ones, got to clean up the flashing there, so I got to... Oh god, just completely defeated the purpose of that. There we go. So I have to cut this section out here. This is actually the most pain in the ass part in this entire kit, or the shoulder pads. Because if you just cut these, like if you put your clippers here and you just cut them flush, it'll end up taking a big crescent moon. This is way too big for precision pointing. There you go. You end up taking this big crescent shape section out of the shoulder pad, and you end up having to get some green stuff and reconstructing it. So on the shoulder pads, definitely would take your time, cut inward. It's going to be really a long process for these, and you're going to spend the most amount of time on these ones, but definitely take your time, be mindful. Otherwise, you'll just take a big hunk out of the trim on the shoulder pad, and you're going to have a bad time. So be mindful with these guys over here. That's a big pitfall. Some of these other bits, like these ones here, since they're just getting cut here and here, I leave these on the blocks and just scrub them off and put them in I'm spacing out on the proper word right now. That's what I get for starting the video at midnight. Because that's my time to actually make stuff. So yeah, we'll leave them on the block, and I'll just scrub them, get all the mold release off of them, and depending on the part size, I'll even prime them like this. And because these parts are getting cut off here, and 100% of this is getting covered by other bits, so you don't really need to be too crazy about this, and just make life easier on you for convenience. Now I'm going to go through and clean up like you're. So actually, let's get autofocus on, or off this one, I should say. Why is it not letting me? Oh god. Okay, we're going to tempt fate here. Bring it in close. Oh god. Alright, so there's some mold slippage off this part here. A little hard to see. Let's see if there is another larger one that I could show you. So this one's not too bad. Using the... Oh, damn it. Probably get a weight or something right there. Yeah, so this one's not too bad. Just where the anchor points are, that's going to get covered up by the back end of here. So not too bad. Yeah, again, these shoulder pieces, and yeah, just got a little bit of mold slippage there, but that's actually pretty good. The last few I've had big ass bubbles on the side here that need to get filled. So far the parts that are usually problematic with these kits are actually looking pretty strong right now. So probably just jinxed myself. I'm gonna find something else that looks bad, but I would definitely go through and inspect these. So yeah, again, what I'm looking for are big bubbles, stuff that I'm gonna need to fill a gap in, and so far I haven't found one. So I'm pretty hopeful about this kid. Been a good start so far. Yeah, looking pretty good so far. Okay, here we go. We got one. All right, and of course it doesn't want to focus. How do we? I have to do this the old-fashioned way and bring up. Oh, here we go. You guys are about to hear the Windows icon. So if you hear it, that's in the video. So it's not you all. There we go. Load. Do the thing. Oh. Every time I unplug this from my computer and plug it back in, it always I should probably have hashed that out before, but fuck it, we're doing it live. So there's we got one small bubble here, so we've got one part. We're gonna set that off to the side. Everything else is looking good at the moment. Oh, this is amateur hour over here. Yeah. So this one is looking good as well. Oh, there we go. One big old bubble. Let's see if I can get a lower in. So I'm going to pull those ones off to the side. Oh, okay, and then here we go. We got some clear damage over here, so these snapped off. Hopefully they are in the kit. Okay, so it looks like, let's do some forensics here. CSI Forge World. And yeah. So we got one part accounted for. And yeah, so that's possibly it right there. So we got all those accounted for. Okay, that's a good one. The digits in the clouds. Looking good. Okay, so last time, or the last kit I got on this one had a really big bubble over here that actually interfered with the trim. So, okay, got a little bit of mold slippage here that's going to require some time to fix. Just... Okay, so there's going to be another, there we go, part 3, and the part 3 is going to be like prepping the kits and what I go through, and then a little more building, and then actually taking care of the resin. So I figure that's probably going to be best to throw in its own video. It just makes more sense. This is more unboxing, and there we go. This little guy here, that's the tip of the flamethrower for the claw. That snapped off of that one. Okay. Alright, so this one actually arrived in a really, really good shape from Forge World, so quality control was doing their part. There's only three parts where it looks like I'm going to actually spend a fair amount of time cleaning up. And that's I got a pretty big bubble off the back end right there. I got one bubble on the corner there, and then I just have some slippage over here to clean up, but nothing worth writing Forge World over and complaining and trying to get new stuff. So this is definitely a good acceptable kit. It comes with some really nice instructions. So, bam. And then a guide to building resin kits, so it's worth a read. But so unboxing therapy over here. So again, I'm using the Storm Shield Thunder Hammer, and for this one, it's going to have its own articulated hand and fist I'm going to be using to hold everything. Going to be going through some parts. I moved this because I figured the tubing kind of flop over, because if it's just straight up, I'm gonna end up mounting this inverted off of the carapace, because there we go. You can't really hold a shield and a hammer and a conversion beamer, so it's gonna sit like this, and that just looks derpy as all hell. So I'm gonna go through kit, see if I can find some power nodes or some sort of anything to make that look good. I do believe I used thin enough super glue to where I can just kind of, yeah, wiggle that off. So not too bad. I used the super light stuff. So I'll be going through and cleaning that up and putting something there. I might even just fill them and leave them bare, but something. I'll figure that out. So the next video is going to be cleaning, prepping the models, and starting to get everything built and staged. So just a quick look at the kit, what it comes with. Again, you got your resin parts and you got your plastic parts. You're going to be using the majority of this sprue. There's very few parts on this sprue, these ones in this here. I'm not going to be using a carapace weapon or any of this other stuff, but do get some fun extra bits out of this one. And while I was waiting for that to show up, I guess I can show off my most recent two. I've been working on some Chaos Spawn. So I did some Vaporwave Chaos Spawn with a lot of blues with going into pinks. And I decided to go asymmetrical with it, kind of make a line going on there, draw some attention that way. So this is my my Vaporwave Spawn. Very fast painting scheme and looks pretty nifty. And then my Tequila Sunrise Spawn, which took a little bit more time, so working with yellow, yellow to orange to pink. Oh, it does not look good at all under this light, but I guess you can kind of see a little bit better on the hand. But the transitions are much more subtle and more soft in person, and the yellow isn't as bright and as bold. But there we go, maybe. Yeah, right there. So yellow, orange to pink, and then all the claws are purple. So working on that. So these are kind of inspired. I was listening to the second book of the Fabulous Bile series. Also my Halberd. I got all the colors blocked in and washed, so I need to go through and do the edge highlighting and picking everything up and making it look good. But it just if you have an absorbent amount of time to kill, just start painting the trim on anything Chaos, and it's just like, oh god, that is one of the things. Like, if I knew how much it was going to be needed to paint the trim on Chaos, I may have just started another army, because it is just awful. But still work in progress. Got to do a whole bunch of stuff, make it look good. But yeah, leave those guys there. And then I picked up also the Necrons half from the Indominus box set, so I'll be messing with that stuff as well, getting that up and running. Need to do some test color schemes, but yeah, so should be a ton of fun coming up, getting all that kit prepped, ready to go. And let's say that's kind of where I was going with that. The audiobook I'm listening to is the second one in the Fabulous Bile series, and so far, if you haven't listened to that one, the first one, Primogenitor, very good novel. Recommend giving it. And I'm only about two and a half hours into the second one, but so far so good. I know it's a estimated or a 14-hour read if you go at normal speed, or 14-hour listen, I should say. It is an audiobook. So when I get closer to the end, I'll let you guys know. If you guys are interested in any of the audiobooks, I've listened to a lot. I think I'm coming up on about 50 or so. Is it 50? No, I think that's all of my novels. Okay, probably 20, 30 or so that I listen to. If you guys are interested in, I don't know, maybe a book breakdown, not necessarily like a book report, like a play-by-play, but just kind of my overall feelings about it. What I recommend, is it worth the time? Is it worth sitting through it and kind of dealing with that? Like, is it worth the commitment, is what I'm saying. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll probably do some of that. I'll definitely script those ones, so it's not so rambling and you don't get all the ums and the idioms and the idiosyncrasies that work into my speech. I'll script those ones, so it'll be presentable, less amateur. So, but anyway, thank you all for watching. Part 2, Part 3 is going to be coming up, and that's going to be working with the models again. And I will see you guys on the next video.